So you might seen or heard a lot of video on people making tens and thousands of dollars just by doing cold emails for their business, and you might be curious, can it work for you as well? So in this video I'm going to give you a good overview on how this cold email outreaching actually work and what is the system behind it. Is it for you or your business, and how much you can make just by doing cold email for yourself or your business? Before I start anything, this is what I want you to keep in your mind, that cold email outreaching in volume is for cold audiences. And by cold audiences, I mean audience that does not know about you or your business. So your entire strategy or effort should focus on getting the trust from this audience and let them raise their hand. But I have seen people just directly expecting a booked call right away after sending their initial mail, and this is not how cold emailing work. Through cold emailing, we will first generate interest, and after generating that interest, we will convert into a booked call. Not by sending your initial mail and then expecting booked call right away. So this is the first step we have to follow in order to succeed in cold email. And unlike any outbound channel, cold email demands clarity. So you need to be aware about what exact problem you are solving, and what specific niche or market you are going after, and what is the specific offer you're gonna pitch to your ICP. What I have seen, a lot of people, either they do not know what offer or problem they are gonna solve, or either they are doing they are going after two three market at the same time. So, if you don't have clarity about your offer, your niche and problem you're solving, then cold email won't likely to work, because it demands clarity and what you are going after. The more clarity you have, the more relevance your message could be, and the more relevance your message be, the more raise hand you get from your cold prospect. Your cold prospect does not give a f about you, your offer, or your company. You have to focus on making your message as relevant, as personalized, and as specific as possible. So let's imagine in this way: if you are just targeting 100 people, and if you have to write a message for that 100 people who are facing a specific problem, your message is going to be very relevant to that 100 people, instead of if you are targeting tens and thousands of people at the same time. So either way, in this stage, we will pick a niche and we can deliver result and are most confident about, or we will choose already a proven niche or offer by looking at our past case studies. And this is where a lot of businesses, underperform, because either they do not know who they are going after, or either they don't have a lot of case study to look after. So I would definitely encourage you to first understand what problem and market and offer you're going after. It doesn't have to be perfect. You don't have to just go for one. If you offer multiple services, it's fine, but still you need to have an overview that what offer, what market, and what problem you are going to solve. The next step is the infrastructure part. Now this is the second stage, infrastructure. At this stage, we will set up multiple secondary domain and mailboxes so we can send cold email in volume. If we send a lot of email from few mailboxes, then Google or Outlook will catch that and suspend our email IDs and associated domains. So the whole infrastructure is set up for a mouse outreaching, and even if few mailbox or domain get suspended, our infrastructure will not collapse. We will just replace with new one, and we can easily send up to 3 to 4 thousand emails per day, which is not possible by doing manually, or even if you hire BTS to do it for you. And this is how the infrastructure will look like. This is our primary domain, and within that primary domain we have bought multiple secondary domain. The number of domain and mail IDs depend upon how much volume you want to go after, and within each subdomain we will have two email IDs. One more thing that you have to keep sure is that we have to diversify our email provider. So let's say if we have 100 email IDs, and within those 100 email IDs we will have 30 Google, 30 Outlook, and 30 custom SMTP. So even if Google has some policy update, it will not affect our whole infrastructure, and we can send emails in volume every single day. Now, after infrastructure, we will go to the list building part. List building is divided into 3 4 steps, but the first step is the lead scraping. For lead scraping, we will use tool like Apollo, LinkedIn Sales Navigator, and Google Maps. The tool depends upon the niche you are going after, but we can use these third-party tools and scrape leads in bulk. So the goal is to send emails in volume, and using this tool, we can scrape tens and thousands of leads each month. After that, we use tool like Clay to enrich our leads. Basically, a lot of leads we will scrape. We have to filter out the wrong ICPs, and we also have to enrich the information of the people who are in our ICP. For example, some prospect might be missing the email, some prospect might be missing their company name. Clay help us to find the information of these leads and also help us to add a custom personalization on each email. Along with that, after we will verify our emails using tool like million verifier to check if the mails are legit or not. So what this will help us to remove all the emails which from which we can't send email, and it also help us to maintain our deliverability. And once we build our list, then we can move forward to the most important part, which is email copy. Email copy is quite simple but quite complicated at the same time. The basic structure you have to keep in your mind is a simple opener, a problem statement, offer, social proof if you have, and a CTA. But you also have to keep in mind that testing your email copy is very important when you are writing your email copies, and you have to keep that in your mind. The opener should be personalized and relevant to your offer. The problem statement could be what your ICP might be facing right now, and your offer should have some outcome, duration, risk reversal, and some new mechanism to show. The social proof could be your case studies, and that's why I also say that case study is very important in cold emailing part. The last part is the CTA. CTA could be easy to say yes. So we will create an initial copy. After that, we will also create follow-ups. The initial mail plus two follow-ups. So this is how it will look like. The day one is your initial mail. The third day is your follow-up one. The eighth day is your follow-up two, and your 16th is your follow-up three. You don't have to write more than two follow-ups. The only reason to have multiple follow-ups is when your time is small. So the last stage is the reply management. Basically, what we are doing at this stage is, whatever the positive reply we will get, we are converting those positive reply into a booked call or appointment. So once we start sending emails, we will get negative and positive reply both. With positive reply, we have to reply back within 5 minutes. This is the ideal situation, but you have to keep it under 15 minutes and nurture those leads into a booked call. So the goal is to book call without being pushy or desperate, and give them something valuable first, like a lead magnet, Loom video, any kind of insight that can genuinely help them. And after that, you should ask for a call or chat, 15-minute chats. One thing that you have to note is that it is not possible to tell everything in this video, because this is just a basic overview. But in reality, there are a lot of nuances in this. So the last part is the KPIs part. In KPIs, you will know that how much result you can expect through cold emails. So the first thing is how much volume we are sending, and let's assume we are sending between 10 to 20,000 emails each month. Within those 10 to 20,000, you can easily expect up to 2 to 3% of reply rate. And this is whatever KPIs I'm taking in, numbers I'm taking in, it is a pretty average number, nothing too fancy in here. So 2 to 3% is a normal average reply rate. Within 2 to 3% of reply rate, you can easily get 15% of positive reply rate, and within those 15% of positive reply rate out of 2 to 3%, you can expect up to 30% of your call booked. And within that 30% of call book, you can expect up to 15% of closure. This whole number are pretty average numbers. So this is how the math will look like for you, can look like for your business. So out of, let's say we are sending 15k cold emails, and out of those 15k cold emails, let's assume 2.5 is our initial reply rate. So 2.5 multiplied by 15,000 divided by 100 is equal to 375. So out of this, we can expect up to 375 replies. So out of those 3.375 replies, we are going to get up to 15% of positive reply level. So 3.75 multiplied by 15 divided by 100 will be 56 positive replies. And And out of those 56 positive reply, we are getting 30% of call booked. So 56 multiply by 30 divided by 100 is equal to 16. So out of those 56, let's say we are booking 15% of call. And let's say your average closure is 15%. So you are closing one to two clients. And I'm also assuming your LTV could be 15K to 30K from a single client. So this is how our math could look like. The LTV depends upon your business, but this is how it could look like. So this is just a basic overview of how this cold email system work, and this is just a pretty much number that how it could look like for your business. The LTV depends upon your business, but yeah, this is just a basic overview. You just get an idea how your infrastructure could look alike, how the list building process be, how the copywriting process be, and how the reply management should be like. So the whole process is just to give an idea, and I think this video could help you. Thank you and have a nice day.